Hello everybody. So today a quick video because I want to update you on some research that I done on Lantheus Holdings. This is a stock that came up in my screener. You may know that I'm on a quest to find inexpensive hyper-growth stocks like a StoneCo, like a HIMS, these two companies that I always talk about on my channel. I'm looking for these gems. I'm really striving to look for them, and I've just found one in Lantheus Holdings. So let's just quickly look at the data and why I think this company is extremely undervalued. This company is predicted to grow by analysts, grow revenue at a pace of 59% over the next 12 months. And the gross margin is 64%. These radiopharmaceuticals, that is what they sell, as we'll see in a second, are pretty darn profitable, and the company is EBITDA margin profitable. It's actually a pretty old company, believe it or not, but they just had a breakthrough with one of their products, and it reignited the growth of this company. So if you look at what the analysts are saying, revenue growth of 59%, and you add 20% of EBITDA margin, you almost get a rule of 80, which is, it's better than SaaS. I mean, it's outstanding, a rule of 80, but you can get a rule of 80 on a stock like this, because not only are they making 20% on their revenue, but on top of that, they are growing that revenue at a 59% clip. So if you add both, that's pretty darn outstanding. The company is trading at 3 times sale on an enterprise value basis, and on my metric, enterprise value over gross profit over revenue growth, it is a 0.08, which is, as of today, exactly the same as HIMS, but in a different sector, which means that if you own two stocks in a different sector, you have less risk, right? They don't co-vary together. If a stock goes well in one industry, that doesn't mean all stocks are going to go poorly in another industry. That makes some sense. So that adds a layer of diversification, which I very much like. So this is so cheap. This is too cheap, if you ask me, way too cheap. So now let me tell you about this company. What does this company do? This company is a radiopharmaceutical company. So they specialize in drugs that are mostly used today for visibility of scans. When you go get a scan like this, like a PSMA PET scan, conventional scans, oftentimes you can't see very well, and there are special pharmaceuticals that you can see in order for the scan to work better and actually detect cancer, where over a scanning system don't detect that cancer. So Pylarify is a company that has been approved, FDA approved, 2 years ago, in January of 2022, it was approved for use in catching prostate cancer. And of course, it is somewhat of a revolutionary product because you can see many, many, many more things with that product. And they've got the clinical trials to show it. And so doctors are adopting, whenever they have greater doubts in their diagnosis, they are recommending that their patients use these products for their scan to get a better scanning. And that's why their motto is find, fight, and follow, because you can follow better your cancer with that system, and you can catch a cancer where the former technology could not have caught that cancer. And we're focused on prostate cancer, which is also a very interesting cancer because it's the second leading cause of death in America. So it's not a tiny. It's the second most common cancer for men in America. So this is not a tiny segment, right? Prostate cancer is kind of known as male's breast cancer. So this is by no means a tiny segment, especially with aging demographics in the United States. With those type of screenings are going to become more and more pervasive, more and more important, and what I love about it, another thing that I love about it, and this is a mega trend, is they have an AI cloud-based software that hospital systems, radiotherapy offices can connect their IT stack to their AI system, and you can have an AI system generate through machine learning scans like this, where it's actually the AI system that helps the radiotherapist radiologist scan if there is a cancer. And that's, of course, the future of radiotherapy, using AI to do a better diagnosis of cancer. So they also have an AI app in that product, Pylarify, that they also sell. And the growth, the least I can say is that the growth has been explosive. The product year over year was 49% growth. It's expected to grow again at an even higher pace. And this is a company who's predicted to grow, like I said, 59% in the next 12 months, almost exclusively thanks to the growth of this product. If you follow this company, you can see that there are other products. They have mature products, like TechnoLite is a mature product. They have Definity, which is one of their other diagnosis product, which is growing at a rate of 10% per year, so a little bit more than the rate of the US economy, but nothing too exciting. And really, much of the business is becoming this prostate cancer screening agent. That's becoming most of the business. You can see we're almost at 70%. At this clip, right, this is a business that's going to be 85%, perhaps 90% the Pylarify, the prostate cancer screening drug, because that is what we call a blockbuster drug in a field that, from what I understand from my research, doesn't have too much competition. Radiopharmaceuticals are kind of a new, not a new thing, but it's kind of an emergent thing in the field of pharmaceuticals compared to all of the other pharmaceuticals that are out there. This is niche within the pharmaceutical segment, because you're focusing on this stock. You're mostly focusing on diagnosis. And based on what I say, very, very simple calculations, beyond what the analysts say, if you look at the study, they expect the size of the market for this product, right? For this agent that helps you see in your body better, this Pylarify product, they expect the demand for that to double in the US by 2028. And that makes sense, right? It's demographics, and as doctors get to know the product, as they promote the product, they tell their patients we should really use this product. And so they're expecting a doubling by 2028. And of course, demographics obviously also play a role in that. So that's a doubling from there, right there. And then if you look at the pending European approval, Pylarify, this product, may be approved really shortly in Europe in 2024, sometime in 2024. That means that if you add the European market to the US market, you're adding, again, 450 million, people in Europe. So I don't know what share of the population of prostate cancer, people that record those markers in their blood samples. I don't know the size of that population, but that has to be at least as big as the US. Therefore, in my view, that's a 2x and a 2x. So in my view, when I look at this, I'm looking at a 4x in 4 years in revenue, potentially, just from the fact that they're going to double the size of the US market, and they're going to double the size of the market, period, because of Europe. And I'm not even taking into account the fact that the European market probably is going to see much more demand over the years, right? They haven't projected that out, so it could be even more. And so this is a stock that's essentially now mostly a one product company. And I say this importantly because you might have noticed, if you follow this stock, but this stock has been flat for a year. There was a lot of excitement. The stock actually was up more than 80% around June 2023, and then it's all the way back down. Why is it all the way back down? Well, the only rational explanation that I have for this is algorithms in the stock market are just like single issue algorithms. So the stock got really ahead of its game, if I may say. The market got really excited because they were launching a radiotherapy drug. So they were working on a radiotherapy trial, like pharma stocks do all the time, right? So they were working with Point Biopharma on this new radiotherapy treatment, and it was very promising. The market was extremely excited about the partnership, and the stock ran up. And but you can see this is where the strategic partnership. That was a strategic partnership for them. They did a joint partnership with this company called Point Biopharma. You can see how that's a minor share of their business, about 5% of the business. And the result turned out to be okay, but not nearly as good as the market expected. And as soon as rumors and facts spread about the results not being as good as the market expected, the stock sold off. There was a major sell-off in the stock, but the stock sold off on something which anyways was not the core business. This is not the core business. The core business of this company is Pylarify. So I have a hard time understanding. I mean, I get that the market's disappointed, but first of all, we don't know whether the splash study is not going to work out because we don't have enough data yet. There's no definitive data. And then second of all, in my view, you don't need any of that to work out to buy this stock. No investment advice, of course, but like me, I'm very happy just investing in this chemical, this injection, this pharmaceutical injection that enhances screening of patients. I'm perfectly investing in that, perfectly happy investing in that when I see how successful this is and when I see the trajectory of the growth. Could it be 85%, 90% of a business within a year or two if it keeps growing at that pace? Absolutely. So I'm perfectly fine with that, and I don't understand why the market overreacted. And this is a company, in my view, that's so appealing, mostly because of valuation. I don't understand why this company is this cheap, because this is kind of a more guaranteed type revenue that makes some sense, because this is demographics, this is inevitable, this is healthcare. People want to get healthcare treated. This is not an energy drink. This is not coffee or whatever. No offense to energy drinks or coffee, but this is more meaningful. This is healthcare. This is at the core of so many of society's challenges today. So anyways, I'm rambling here. The point here is I'm very excited about this stock, and I am going to start a position right away on Monday for my He Must Do Something portfolio. Remember, all of my positions, I start very small, He Must Do Something portfolio, and then I do more research and more research and more research, and if they become meaningful position in the portfolio, they have to earn that spot. But right now, I really like what I see. If you know more about this company, please let me know in the comments section. I know that's often a way that you find this channel by typing the name of a stock. So if you know more, please let me know. But I'm very happy to be jumping on board on this one. So anyways, this was not investment advice, no financial advice, just entertainment. I hope you were entertained. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.